Next on Good Taste. This old schoolhouse rocks super cheesy nachos.
Oh, those are good.
Then, Abuela's home cooking with the hottest salsa on the high plains. Plus, monster brews and Austrian brats. It's Oktoberfest all year long. And all new Good Taste starts right now. Welcome to Good Taste. I'm Tanji Patton. We are road tripping the state of Texas looking for true, authentic country food. And we have found it, the real deal, right here in Castroville. The food's made from scratch, the beer is cold, and folks come from all over to try their nachos. Grab a partner and kick up your heels. Cora's 471 Grill is where good old country living meets good old country cooking.
The food and the staff are awesome. It's amazing.
Nestled among rolling cornfields just north of Castroville, Cora's is about as country as it gets.
It's one of my favorite places to come to eat.
It's easy to see why. Live music, ice-cold beer, and belly-bustin' made-from-scratch bites, like crispy catfish with colossal onion rings, and one terrific chicken fried steak.
It's really a great place to come to. They have good music and food's excellent.
This kitchen has been churning out good eats for nearly 90 years. The original owner, Cora Burrell, swung open these doors during the Great Depression.
Nobody had a job, and she started the restaurant just selling hamburgers. She could cook everything without a recipe. She would do anything for anybody, and the whole family is still coming here.
It's good food, all right, but there's one dish people just can't stop talking about.
We are always ordering the nachos.
Nachos?
They're just nice and thin, and the cheese melts so well.
Well, they're the best nachos in Texas.
Why do you think her nachos are so famous?
They're just good.
Yeah.
They really are.
That's simple.
I've been hooked on them since I was a kid.
The chips are hand-cut and fried fresh, each one carefully layered to perfection.
Best nachos in Texas, they say.
When we got here.
Oh, those are good.
The nachos have quite a reputation in these parts. Cora does too. So tell me about the room we're in right now.
Well, this part of the restaurant was actually a building that came from the Alamo Downs racetrack.
Oh,
back
really?
when there was an Alamo Downs racetrack.
Yes.
And Cora bought it and moved it here.
Years later, Cora bought a century-old schoolhouse and added it to the restaurant too.
I know it dates back to the 1800s.
And this is the original floor.
It is the original floor.
Well, and to me, there's just something cool about being in a space that has such a history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real bones.
Yeah, exactly. You feel it.
After years of being loyal customers, Chuck and Shelley Hurd took over the reins at Cora's in the late 90s. They've worked hard to keep her memory alive.
She had a pretty simple concept. She wanted to make everything from scratch like you're supposed to in a restaurant, and we've tried to stay true to that.
And her history lives on.
It does.
Her legacy is still alive.
Yeah.
What's it like to own a business that does have so many roots in the community? I mean, 100 years, this isn't crazy.
It's really a great thing. You know, we take pride in the fact that we're serving our 5th generation of customers.
There's now a hoppin' patio with live music and a playground for the kids. But not much else has changed since Cora ruled the roost.
We tried to stay pretty close to her recipes, the chicken fried steak,
the pepper steak,
Tex-Mex, the pepper steak, the Tex-Mex food. You know, we tried to stick exactly to her recipes that she did, you know, back in '32. And about the only thing we did was kind of update it.
One of the new additions is the legendary buttery Peach Cobbler.
Oh, it smells amazing. Yum. Cheers.
I love that stuff. I'm truly hooked.
Well, yeah. I kind of like the pairing, actually. A little sangria, little nachos, and peach cobbler.
The peach cobbler. Doesn't get much better.
Competing for popularity with those nachos is the enormous Alamo Burger.
They're such a fun idea. It's like all the fun nacho ingredients
Or in the burger, right?
Yeah, we just put them all together and plate it up, and it looks really nice.
The meat is ground in-house, then mixed with onion and jalapenos. Grill it up with bacon, American cheese, and a shot of Worcestershire sauce. Lettuce, tomato, tortilla chips, ranch, and homemade salsa finish it off. Go on in. This is a big burger. Oh my gosh. And it's juicy. Oh, that's good. Cooked to perfection.
Thank you.
The food and fun at Cora's 471 will keep you dancing long after the music stops.
I like the cold beer, good food, and good people.
Time to get cooking in your kitchen. We're at the Gourmand Kitchens with the executive chef Fernando Deza with one of my favorite things, steak, and then my second favorite, coffee.
So we're gonna make a dry rub made with coffee and Goya adobo that is amazing.
I love it. Just when you think you've done steak every way possible, along comes Goya, right?
Bringing Latin flavors into the mix. All right. So we start with our coffee, Goya
Just
coffee.
a ground coffee.
Ground coffee, chili powder, smoked paprika. Then we got some ancho chili powder as well, some coriander, dry mustard, then some panela.
Sugar?
Sugar. Then we have a little bit of adobo with pepper. Okay, so we're gonna add.
Layer it on thick.
Yeah, I like to put it nice and thick, a thick crust on top of the steak.
Oh wow!
So now we get some Goya extra virgin olive oil. We wanna sear this meat. Okay. So now we got that color that we want.
Oh yeah.
This dark brown. So now what we're gonna do on a preheated oven at 450 degrees, we're gonna finish cooking the meat in around 10 to 12 minutes.
Now to taste, right?
Oh, it's so tender, huh?
Oh yeah. That is fantastic. Delicious. Bring on the Cabernet. I love it. You got the recipe online. Thank you. Always good stuff from Goya. Coming up, from pauper to prince, this sausage king boasts one of the best beer gardens in the country. But next, say cheese. Whoa, that's what I call a cheese enchilada. Authentic Tex-Mex worth shouting about from 4 generations. Grab a fork. We've got a place for you at the table. Come right back. To find out more about San Antonio area restaurants, click on visitsanantonio.com. Cisco, at the heart of food and service. Some of the most unexpected finds are the very best. Like a little spot we stumbled onto in Lubbock. Locals will tell you it just may be some of the best Mexican food in all of Texas. There's nothing better than Grandma's cooking. Made by hand, cooked with love, and smothered in cheese. Meet Maria Rosales. This hardworking abuela is still on her feet 8 hours a day, chopping onions or whatever else needs to be done. She's been doing this for decades.
¿Cuántos años? 85.
85. Hard work, a tradition she learned from her mom, Petra, who at 63 years old founded Lubbock's legendary Montelongo's Mexican restaurant.
She was widowed at a very young age, had 6 kids, worked hard, never remarried. I think she just liked being around people.
With just $400 to her name, Petra convinced the owner of a used furniture store to let her sell takeout from the back of the shop.
He grew tired of a line going in front of his business.
Come get your food?
To come get my grandma's food, yes. So he just sold her the whole building.
For nearly 50 years, Lubbockites have come to Montelongo's for Petra's authentic Mexican menudo, tamales, and barbacoa.
The hot sauce, okay, wow, not for the faint of heart.
Her salsa is known as the hottest hot sauce in town.
Woo! Yeah.
Can I have water?
It was hot, but it was good. Petra brought many of those recipes with her from Mexico when she came to the U.S. as a young migrant worker.
They'd go like Colorado for potatoes and onions, Washington apples, Michigan, and then come
She
back
did
down.
all that with 6 kids?
Wow. Yeah, she's just always working hard.
Her hard work paid off. Today, Montelongo's is one of the busiest and most iconic Mexican restaurants on the High Plains. Just ask the mayor.
I think when you want to get the heartbeat of North Lubbock, you come to Montelongo's.
But people fell in love with more than just the food. Petra's personality earned her just as many followers.
I remember we always had big birthday celebrations for her, and there would be hundreds and hundreds of people there.
Oh,
We'd have to rent the Civic Center.
well, and she's lovely. She has such a warm spirit. Does she greet everyone?
She would greet everyone. She actually had a table out front. She'd sit there and just talk to everyone. I took over running the restaurant. I moved it because nobody was ever going to earn the right to sit at that table.
No one could live up to her name.
Although she passed away in 2000, Rudy keeps her legacy alive. Everything is still made using Petra's perfect recipes.
We actually have the same cook here. She's been here 44 years.
Wow.
And my grandmother actually didn't want to hire her. She said she was too skinny, too small, she wasn't gonna last. That was 44 years ago. She gets here at 4:30 in the morning, every morning.
Wow.
4 o'clock? 4:30. 4:30 in the morning, every morning.
That may have been the one thing Petra got wrong. At 72 years old, Joaquina still cooks Petra's pork carne guisada every day.
It's a little bit of everything, which is one thing I liked about it. You get a variety.
Mix and match with a combo plate. This one comes with a chalupa that Petra called a margarita.
Their chili rellenos are some of the best in the state of Texas, bar none.
And the enchiladas are out of this world.
Whoa. That's what I call a cheese enchilada. Look at that.
I'm a huge fajita fan here. They're authentic, and they're still the way his grandmother made them.
The fajitas are made with inside skirt steak that's marinated overnight in a simple citrus combo of tangy tangerine, lemon, and orange juice.
We use the citrus blend, and then we use Montreal steak seasoning.
Oh, when I'm doing steak, I'm doing Montreal seasoning.
You have
I
to,
love this
you
stuff.
have to.
Sizzled on the grill and served with sautéed onions, peppers, and fresh guacamole.
I love the citrus marinade.
Yeah.
It is really good.
All of Petra Montelongo's food is truly delicious, but we can't forget dessert. This traditional Mexican pastry is called capirotada.
This is a bread pudding. I know it looks different.
It looks very different.
Tart apples, pecans, and raisins are drenched in butter, cinnamon, sugar, and covered with cheese.
Oh, that is delicious. Petra's love and spirit lives on right here.
The love right here.
I love that. Coming up, wines to go with whatever you're grilling.
But first, raise a glass to sausage with a twist.
That's a rattlesnake rabbit.
Whoa,
That's an
whoa,
exotic
whoa.
one.
Rattlesnake rabbit?
mixed.
We're celebrating Oktoberfest next. Stay with us. We'd love to share good taste. Head to our website at goodtaste.tv, where you'll find delicious recipes from top chefs, my latest wine finds, and restaurant recommendations. Plus, you can see all of our episodes right here. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter while you're there. Good Taste with Tanji is brought to you in part by HEB.
Tiki-taka!
Hold on to your lederhosen, because we're headed to one of the best beer gardens in America that just happens to be in Texas.
Gross.
Here, it's Oktoberfest all year round. The beer steins are Texas size all right. And the menu is chock full of old world eats like Schnitzel, Spaetzle, and Strudel.
Beer is delicious and the food's good too.
This is King's BierHaus, an authentic German restaurant that is serious about a few things,
Great food, great beer.
but not much else.
It's such a fun place and fun atmosphere.
And that's all thanks to the owner, who is as outrageous
You're a strong woman, you can handle it.
I've got this.
as the sausage he serves.
That's a rattlesnake rabbit. That's an exotic one.
Rattlesnake rabbit.
Rabbit.
Owner Hans Sitter really is the heart and soul of King's BierHaus.
Bros! There we go!
That dude's a hoot, man. He's hilarious, and I think he's my new best friend.
Hans is originally from Austria and is a natural-born entrepreneur.
You know, and with 19 years, I had already my first company, you know.
At 19 years old?
I had restaurants, I had gas stations, I had nightclubs.
But overnight, Hans lost it all. His business, his fortune, and even his family.
That was the worst day in my life. The next day, nothing on that world can break me.
Hans brought that can-do attitude with him to America. And it wasn't long before this persevering upstart was building his empire all over again.
We started with a hand car wash. And one day I had the idea, you come to our place and you get a free beer and a Bratwurst when you wait for your car.
Now that's a deal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. After a couple of weeks, the health department came and they said, hey, buddy, you cannot do that.
But that spark was all Hans needed. King's BierHaus was born. Since then, Hans and his son Philip have grown the spot into one of the best beer houses in America.
It's a really good spot to just come and forget the world and have fun with your friends and enjoy some great beer and great food.
From the dirndls to the lederhosen to the outrageous Oktoberfest celebrations, King's BierHaus serves up fun for the entire family.
There's not a better place for just great beer, great vibes, great food, great sausage.
Whether you like elk meat or alligator, there's an exotic array of sausages for adventurous eaters. They also offer traditional brats and kielbasa.
It's infused with cheese.
Perfectly paired with an ice-cold brew.
Really good beer selection.
There's more than 30 German beers to choose from, like this one from the oldest brewery in the world. Oh, that's smooth.
Yeah.
My favorite sandwich is the Inglorious Bastard.
Move over Tarantino. There's a new masterpiece in town. This crispy chicken wiener Schnitzel sandwich is drenched in a creamy mushroom Jaeger sauce. Now I call that glorious.
It's all really good stuff.
After dinner, grab the apple strudel. Flaky puffed pastry topped with cinnamon, whipped cream, and served a la mode with King's very own blend of whiskey. One of my favorites, their tangy potato salad. How old is this recipe?
So I'm not lying, believe me, at least 150 years old.
A simple vinaigrette made with bacon, fresh herbs, and tangy Dusseldorf mustard.
And now you pour it over your salad.
Oh, yum. It looks good just like that. Yeah. Quickly tossed together, just like Hans Oma would do. Ooh.
How you like it? Serious.
Good job.
Thank you. It's very complicated.
So the next time you're hankering for brews and brats, come on down to King's BierHaus for a guaranteed good time. Time for my rockin' wine finds, for real. Up first, a wine called Malbecaster, made by a rock star in Argentina. This guy just happens to be making a rock star of a wine, too. Malbecaster is 100% Malbec, aged 14 months in French oak. So in addition to the dark blackberry and plum flavors, you'll taste a hint of vanilla and you'll get silky tannins on the finish. You can pair this wine with anything from the grill: beef, chicken, even grilled vegetables. It's going to be great. The Malbecaster is $16.98 a bottle, and it's easy to remember with the guitar headstock on the label. Next, speaking of wines that pair with anything on the grill, you're going to love Nick Goldschmidt's Fidelity Zinfandel. This one's from the Alexander Valley. Such an easy drinking Zen with flavors of dark cherries, juicy blackberries. This wine will also pair beautifully with dark chocolate. The Goldschmidt Fidelity Zen is $19.98 a bottle. Up next, a white wine that I think is fantastic. When I tasted this wine for the first time, I literally stopped and started really paying attention to the flavors. This is a well-balanced wine. It's a blend of Viognier, Chenin Blanc, and Grenache Blanc. It's made in South Africa. It has a beautiful nose with honeysuckle, peaches, and citrus. You'll taste green apples and pears, a hint of lemon, and baking spices. The Viognier in the blend adds a bit of viscosity or body to the wine. It's really nice. This will pair great with Asian food, chicken, and seafood. Frankly, this wine is quite delightful all by itself. The Wolf Trap is $10.98 a bottle. As always, I found all my wines right here at H-E-B. Great food, an awesome spa, details on how you could win a weekend at the Houstonian when we come back. Sign up for our newsletter right now at goodtaste.tv for a chance to win dinner for two at Tribute Restaurant at the Houstonian Hotel. We'll throw in a 2-night stay and 2 rejuvenating spa treatments at Trellis Spa. We love to hear from you. Send us a note on Facebook at Good Taste with Tanji, on Twitter at Tanji Patton. Follow us on Instagram at Good Taste TV. Also, go to our website to get this week's fabulous recipes. Even better, sign up for our newsletter at goodtaste.tv. That's all our time this week. We'll save you a seat next week. Till next time, cheers to good taste.
You will feel like you're in heaven,
Well,
baby.
yeah.
You know, sweet.
It's a special beer.
It only burns when you stop eating.
So keep eating?
Yes.
What's in that?
We put a little bit of habanero in there.
No wonder.